Hello students, welcome back to the Greatmen online learning. Today we will be learning chapter 11, Our Earth and its Neighbors. So let's start with our first topic, that is the planets. Our Earth on which we live is a planet, and it moves around the sun. There are 8 planets. They are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The Sun and these 8 planets together form a solar system. And planets do not have a light of their own. They reflect the sunlight that falls on them, and this makes the planets glow. So let's learn about our planet, that is the Earth. The Earth is made up of land, water, and air. About three-fourths of the Earth's surface is water, and one-fourth is land. And the Earth is surrounded by a layer of air, which is known as atmosphere. About atmosphere, you will learn in next class. The Earth seems very big to us. However, when we compare it with Sun and some other stars, it is very small. So let's learn the shape of the Earth. Long ago, people thought that Earth was flat, but now we have proof and we have shown that the Earth is round in shape. When sailors have seen a ship sailing away, and after some times it disappears. In the first picture you can see that the lower part disappears first and the top disappears last. Why? This is because it is sailing on a curved surface. So by seeing this, they had proved that the earth is round in shape. And photographs are also taken on space trips, and when the astronauts went to moon, they have seen that earth appears like a ball, so it is round in shape. But when we are standing on earth, we see that earth appears flat to us. Why? Because what we see is the only a tiny part of very big earth. So let's learn the movements of the earth. Let's take an example of a bangle. When the bangle spins, it spins around an axis. When you see a bangle appears to spin on an axis. The axis is an imaginary line on which the bangle was spinning. Similarly, the earth moves around on its axis. This movement is called rotation. The earth spins from west to east, and the earth's axis is slightly tilted, as you can see in the picture. And the earth completes one rotation in 24 hours. This makes a complete day. And how does rotation causes day and night? In the second picture you can see, as the earth rotates from west to east, half of its faces the sun, and this half which gets the light from the sun has day, and the other half which doesn't get the light has night. So earth goes on rotating, and days changes into night and night changes into day. Thus the rotation of earth on its axis causes days and night. Next movement of the earth is revolution. When the earth spins on its axis, it also goes around the sun in a fixed path, and that fixed path is called orbit. And the time taken by the earth to complete one revolution is 365 days and 6 hours. Now let's study about the sun. The sun is a very big ball of hot gases. It is filled with hot gases. And sun is a star. and it is the star closest to the earth. It has its own light and heat, and the earth and other planets go around the sun and they get some of the sun's heat and light. And the temperature on sun's surface is very high. It is about 5400 degree Celsius. And on a very hot day, the temperature may go up to 50 degrees Celsius. Now let's learn about the moon. The moon is a natural satellite of the earth because it moves around the earth. The moon completes one rotation on its axis in 27 1 by 3 days, and it takes the same time, around 27 1 by 3 days, to complete one revolution around the earth. And the moon is about 3,84,400 kilometers away from the earth, and it doesn't has its own light, but it shines only when the sun's light gets on it, so it reflects the light of the sun. From earth we see only those parts of the moon that get light from the sun. Due to changes in the position of the earth, the moon appears to change its shape, and these shapes are called phases of the moon. So when the moon is between the earth and the sun, we are not able to see it. We are not able to see the moon because we are looking the back part of the moon. When we are on the earth, we are looking at the back part, and it does not getting any light from the sun. So this is called a new moon, when we are not able to see anything on in the sky. And after 2-3 days we will see an arc, a single curve, which is called crescent moon. And after 7 days we will see the first quarter, and after that we will see more than half of the moon, which is called gibbous moon. And about after 15 days, 2 weeks, we can see a full moon. When earth is between the moon and the sun, we can see the full moon. So these are the different phases of the moon which we can see from the earth. Now let's learn about the stars. The stars are huge heavenly bodies that have a light of their own. The stars are filled with hot gases. And for thousands of years we are watching the stars, and we have also seen some stars form pattern in the sky. These groups of stars are called constellations, and there are about 88 different constellations. Some of the constellations you can see now. First is the Ursa Major, which looks like the great bear. Second is Scorpius, which looks like a scorpion. Third is Orion, which looks like a hunter. And fourth is Leo, which looks like a lion. And in the clear starry night, you can identify these constellations. Now let's learn about some Indian astronomers. First, you should know who are astronomers. Astronomers are the people who study about the sun, the moon, the stars, and the planet. And there are 3 astronomers you can see now. First is the Aryabhat. About 1500 years ago, he was this astronomer lived, and he studied and taught astronomy and mathematics. He was the first man to tell us that earth is round in shape and it rotates on its own axis. He also told that moon does not have its own light. It shines when the sunlight falls on it. Next astronomer, Varahmihir. He was another astronomer who lived during the times of Aryabhat. He was a scholar and wrote many books. And the third is Bhaskar. He was also an astronomer. He lived about 900 years ago and discovered a method to work out how planets move. So now let's see what all things we have learned today. We have learned that the earth is one of the 8 planets that goes around the sun. There are 2 movements of earth, rotation and revolution. The sun is a star. It has its own heat and light. The moon is a natural satellite of the earth because it revolves around the earth. And stars are heavenly bodies that give out their own light. And groups of stars appears to form patterns called constellations. And Indian astronomers, they have contributed greatly to our knowledge about the stars. Now the chapter is ended. The assignment, exercises in the question answers related to the chapter you can find below in the description box. So till the next video come, you have to stay safe, take care of yourself and family. Thank you.